Okay, now we are done with the content blocks. It's time to play with the configurator page. Let us go to the test page and let us try to make some selections. First of all, in the CPU block, in the CPU's headers, I will try to change selections, and this works. But what I can also try, I can click on the check on the quantity control, and here I can unselect the CPU. Probably no, it did not work for me here. But let's try this with memory. And yeah, you see, I have invalidated the configuration because I removed critical component from the configuration. I unselected memory completely. And this is not acceptable to us, right? The server will not work and it will not run without memory. So let's see how this can be addressed in Quotelligent. We will go back to the assembly, and now we will click on the rules button. And you will see that the new tab opens, and we see the screen called Configuration Manager, and this is where we create the configuration rules. So naturally the list of rules is empty. We have not made any, but I will create the new rule now, and you will see how the rule engine works. Let's click on New Rule. And let us enter the name for the first rule. I will name this rule critical components missing, and I will navigate to the next field, and here I will be able to select what header or what part of the configuration this rule applies to. I will select CPUs. I can set the time ranges when this rule would be valid, and in the priority field I will not specify anything. I will tell you more about the rule priorities later, and by pressing tab I navigate further to the if condition block. So here I can add a condition to this rule. When I click add a condition, I see the new window where I can select the property of the condition, and the available properties are selected, not selected, quantity selected. So let us choose not selected, because I showed you that I was able to unselect memory, and this is not right. And here I will choose the header, the scope of the rules applicability. This basically means what this rule applies to. The rule may apply to a header, a group, or a specific product. If I select header, then in this window I will see the list of all headers. If I select group, then I will see the list of groups. And if I select a product, I will first have the control from where I can choose the group. And this is where the item resides to which I want to write the rule. So now for the purpose of this demonstration, we're making a rule which applies to the header. And let us select the headers. For us, it's very important that CPUs are included and that memory is included. By pressing Ctrl and clicking, I can make multiple selections. So let me select the hard drives also and add these headers to the window on the right. And this means these are the headers which we selected. And now let me click Generate. When I click Generate, the small window with the operator opens, and here I have to select between AND or. And this means that if we select AND generate the rule condition, the logic of this condition will be that if CPUs are not selected and memory is not selected and hard drives are not selected. But if I choose OR, then this will mean that if any of these headers is not selected, then this rule will apply. Okay, so here we have the summary of our condition, and let me click finish now. So we have generated the condition for the rule. And now we will set what the configurator has to do when the if condition meets the specified criteria. So let us choose from the list of actions, and this is what the configurator can do. The configurator can include items, exclude them, show them, hide them, select with quantity, etc., etc. So what we will do now for this demo, we will choose display error message, and what I will type in the error message is that this configuration is not valid. Critical components are not selected. I can add more information, and I can mention something like minimum of 2 Xeon CPUs for dual socket servers required, and we can also provide information on minimum of 4 beams per CPU socket for dual socket servers required, and we will say minimum of 2 hard. Okay, that'd be 100. Minimum 1 hard drive required. Okay, so let's click generate and finish, and we can click add now, and you see that we have a rule which has been added to the configurator. We can disable rules if required. We can enable rules. If we want to make changes to how the rule works, we can edit the rule. And we can also duplicate the rules, because in the same configuration we may have multiple similar rules, and there is no need for us to redo everything every time we need similar rules. So we will just click on duplicate button, and we will have one more rule added to the configurator. But now it will not be enabled, and it will show word copy in the description, so we can see what was the original source rule and what is the newly generated rule. We can edit this rule, and we can enable it so it's used in the configuration. We don't need this rule right now, so let me delete it. And let us go back to the test page. We will refresh the page now. I will make a hard refresh, and you will see that while the page is loading, that yeah, all components, default components have been pre-selected. And now what I will try to do, I will try to unselect the CPU. And the moment this happened, you see the error message displayed on the page, and this may seem fine for someone who is playing with the configurator. But what is important is that the moment an error message is displayed, the Add to Cart button becomes disabled, so the user would not be able to proceed without fixing the error. So we will select the CPU now, and because This is a dual socket system, and we try to sell it with two processors because it makes sense, right? We set the only value for the CPUs, it's 2, and memory also, we set 8, 16, and 24 DIMMs for the performance optimized configurations. But now what I will do, I will also try to disable or remove memory from the configuration. Boom, again we have the error message. So the configurator is enforcing that users don't remove critical components from the configuration, and at the end of the interaction with the configurator, we generate a valid configuration that will work. I will create more rules. I will continue recording. When I'm done, then I will be able to show you some other actions which the configurator can take when certain conditions are met. Okay, now you can see that I spent a while creating rules, and I have a lot of rules. I have 63 rules in this configuration, but some of the rules are disabled, and the rules may have different priorities here. So this means that if there is a rule with a priority which is smaller than 10, then the rule with priority 10 will execute first, and the rule with priority 10 will kick in, and this rule will execute last because it has the priority of 100. If we click test from the assembly master, we'll see that the page opens, and once the page loaded, apart from those rules, apart from the rule which we created together, where I removed the CPU from the configuration, for example, we have some other rules added, and I can show you that, for example, the RAID controller options, this is driven by the rules, they are all disabled. And this is done on the purpose that the visitor of the website does not make the wrong selection of the RAID controller option, and the available choices should be enabled only when the right model of the RAID controller is selected. For example, if I select a 6 GB SAS RAID controller, you see that only the first battery backup option is selectable now, along with the last option. And if I unselect it, then all choices become inactive again. If I select another controller, I see that another backup module becomes available, and the last option is also available, but I cannot select the wrong RAID controller option for the controller which I have already selected. So this is an example of how the rules work and how they can be applied to configuration. I can show you more if you would like, and just let me know. We can make a separate demonstration for this.